So, Brian Flores, Patriots defense coordinator, has officially been hired as the next Miami Dolphins head coach. So, Miami's shifting from an offensive mind head coach, Adam Gase, who's currently with the New York Jets now, to a defensive mind head coach in Brian Flores. What do I grade this hiring? I'm going to say probably a B. And why I'm praising this hire is because Brian Flores was outstanding. The whole season with the New England Patriots as a defense coordinator. And Brian Flores, his coordinating and play calling in the Super Bowl for the Patriots defense was incredible. If I had to give him a grade on what I thought his play calling in the Super Bowl was, definitely an A. I mean, Brian Flores was shutting down one of the most explosive, high-scoring offenses in the NFL. I believe the Rams were won for multiple weeks in the regular season as the number one highest-scoring offense, and then they dropped when the Saints, took over. But Brian Flores shut down the the Rams offense completely, and he did it in a very major way. I honestly thought this game was going to be a very, very high-scoring game. I didn't think it was going to be as low-scoring as it was, but Brian Flores outcoached Sean McVay when it comes to the standpoint of a coach outcoaching another coach. An offensive coach trying to outcoach a defense coach. Brian Flores definitely won in outcoaching Sean McVay. And not only that, obviously, Bill Belichick coached well. But you look at a standpoint as coordinating and play calling, Brian Flores was... The Patriots defense looked like a top-notch defense in the NFL. And a lot of people were saying, this Patriots defense isn't the same. This, that, they don't have that many playmakers. I mean, Dante Hightower, Stephon Gilmore, the McCourty twins or the McCourty brothers. Then you look at Danny Shelton. Patriots really don't have a top-notch defense. It really starts with their offense, their playmakers on offense. But they do still have playmakers on defense. But Brian Flores has been officially hired by the Miami Dolphins as the next head coach. I was actually going to make this video right when the news first dropped about how after the season the Dolphins were planning on hiring Brian Flores, but I kind of want to wait until it was official. But yeah, Brian Flores. I feel like if I had to choose a winner between Cincinnati hiring Rams QB coach Zach Taylor as a head coach, or Brian Flores going to Miami as their head coach, I'd definitely say the winner of this would have to be Brian Flores to Miami. This dude's incredible. I mean, his defensive mind is outrageous. I mean, shut down a top two highest scoring offense in the league in the biggest game probably of his life. He outcoached Sean McVay by far. But Brian Flores, he's a hell of a coach, and Miami has a treat for hiring him. But we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of defensive coaches hired this offseason as head coaches. I mean, you look at Vic Fangio to Denver. Bruce Arians, I believe, is a defensive mind coach going to Tampa Bay. Who else? I mean, there's multiple others. But I don't know. It seems, and then obviously you look last year. I mean, Steve Wilks going from Carolina's defense coordinator to Arizona. But we'll see what happens. I feel like though Brian Flores to Miami was a great hire, and I feel like he's a great defensive mind, and I feel like he should get high praise for coordinating the Patriots defense in the Super Bowl. I mean, he did an outstanding job. But we'll see what happens. But Brian Flores has officially been hired as Miami Dolphins' next head coach.